What's going on YouTube? Enigma Garage is here, and I'm going to preface this with I'm sorry for not going so in depth with things. I've been trying to get a little bit more fast paced, and I'm going to break it down to where I used to do and show you guys everything that I do step by step, showing you exactly how I connect wiring and do things like that. So I'm going to do better. I'm going to try to upload more again. Life always gets crazy, and yeah, let's get to the content. And we have some decisions to make with the turbo selection. So on the right we have the GT3071R, and on the left we have the GTX 3576R. Dual ball bearing, journal bearing, 63AR, 82AR. I think this turbo is going to run out of steam at 550-600 and put a lot of torque down low like it was beforehand. I think it was 300 torque, 330 horsepower at 12 pounds, so I don't think that's going to put a lot of strain on the bottom end. This is going to move that power band way up. I think I'm going to run the GTX 3576, so if you think I shouldn't, let me know in the comments, but I'm hard pressed. It sucks I'm going to a T4 flange instead of a V-band in and out, and I'm gonna have to make another wastegate tube, but I already have a flange here for the exhaust. I mean, I have one right here too, but I'm almost willing to say the turbo is bad in the CRZ, so I might, this would be a good turbo for the CRZ. I'm thinking I can easily make an adapter over to the V-band inlet way easier. So I'm tired of fighting with the bolts on the turbo. This one will be right here in the back, really easy to get to all the bolts, less of a headache. New impeller, 9-blade design with the anti-surge. I think the MR2 is going to get this turbo here. So enough of that, let's work on some other stuff. So we do have the PQY fuel rail with the 8AN fittings on both sides, and I'm waiting on the adapter still to go to the Kia motor from the intake manifold. I still need to pick up a throttle body, pick out the air to water intercooler size and all that. I do have the axles hanging in here. That's pretty awesome. I think in the last video I turned it over. Oh yeah, I did upgrade some wiring. I don't know if I showed that. So we do have the wiring over here. Unplug this light real quick. And we have some new wiring thanks to my buddy bringing over his crimper set, and I did get a set of crimpers, or not crimpers but wire ends for the 1/0 gauge as I lose everything. So we do have the 1/0 that goes into here. There we go, that came out, and our ferrules that went into the, I guess, the breaker. So everything's tightened down really well. As you can see right here, the ferrules in there tightened down really well, and then these just clip right back into place like so. So I can turn the power on and off right here, right at the battery. I also found this sandwich plate adapter so I can feed the turbo with a really short run right up to here in the middle, and I've got some 10AN fittings on it where I can run 2 lines up and around through the quarter, which I'll have the wide body kit on, and then we can use a nice 6-row oil cooler and have really low oil temp, help this thing live as far as it will, as high as I'm going to push it. Subtle foreshadowing. And with the turbo facing this way, intercooler piping to the air to water, into the throttle body, and the intake for the turbo can go over on this side with the wide body through the duct for nice cold air into the turbo. It should work out pretty well. I also got my install kit for the Walbro, so I need to get this put together and drop it in the tank. But the star of the show today will be this 47 pin connector. Yeah, 47 pin connector. So I'll be able to put a firewall connector right about here-ish, and it will come out right up here next to the line, so it'll be straight out, and I can go to all of my connectors, coils, fuel injectors, speed, pretty much everything will go through here into one harness, and I can see if I can make a nice DR25 Raychem harness. Let's get to it. So I have already been through and decided exactly what pin is going to go to what color. So I need to get everything ready to go on the car and drill a hole in the firewall for this connector to go through. I got a little carried away and the Dremel kind of slipped. Oh well, that sucks. But we have the connector on the firewall here, and over here, that's where it is relative to the motor. And I've already started getting some of this harness ready to go, and it's crazy how quickly you can populate pretty much every single pin here. Now I have my cam and crank, and I have all the extra wiring to go to all my different sensors already cut. I did measure from the connector to where each loom is going to go to each connector, and that's where I'm at. So I really need to put it back on and start actually tying some stuff together into the bundles and figure out where I'm going to put my coil connection and injector connection. I'm thinking this might be like right here, and the coil right off the edge right there. Fast forward a few weeks and I have a lot of stuff done. I've got my throttle body adapter to the electronic throttle. I've got a lot of the wires ran and terminated to all the plugs that I need. I still need to get a few pigtails here. I got the IET. I also already ran inside the car into the dash. I mean, obviously that's going up there, but everything does turn on. I can see sensor data. I can see the temperature inside the garage from the IET and the coolant temp sensor. And I also got my clutch in. I have to install that, or clutch pedal. I need to go get a slave cylinder. Yeah, so sorry I've been keeping you guys waiting for a bit, but I'm gonna get this video uploaded and start on a new one. Not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but yeah. All right, catch you guys later. This is gonna be exciting.